All right, and we're back. We're back here at the Fruits, the Slingshot Festival. This is the Vinyl Underground podcast. My name is Tony Technique. That's my boy right there, Van Horton. And today who do we got here? We got Nile Ashton, one half of Secret Handshake. And he was one of the performers here at the Fruit. Last night I caught his set, and it was an amazing set.
Brilliant performance.
Some electro, you said, right?
Yeah.
Had us moving. I mean, I was tired when I started, and the energy just kept me going. So awesome performance. And we just want to sit down with the half of the Secret Handshake right now and tell us what is. Tell me first of all, how did you guys come up with the name?
Okay,
Because it sounds like some you got to have some down low connections.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I think that first and foremost, Beth and I met, in New Orleans. She actually came to a DJ set that I did, and years down the line, we ended up playing some shows together. Just as Lady Lavender and Nile Ashton, and so then people started kind of booking us together, and so we needed a name. She's kind of like the name person, so if you need a name, she's like the person to go up with it.
Right. For bands and whatnot, they come over.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But I also feel like the intention behind Secret Handshake was just a coded language within a certain group of people. So the Secret Handshake represents what the people that are in the room, that are supposed to be in the room, know and understand together.
Got it.
Okay, yeah. So I was going to ask about that, how y'all came across to being a duo as opposed to separate DJs, because you have separate projects going on as well. But how do you make it work with as far as the time and the distance? I mean, is that challenging today, or do you just do kind of remote stuff, or?
I would definitely say that, since we met in New Orleans and it was started there, we were lucky that the workflow of what is Secret Handshake happened very organically.
You have a strong foundation.
Yeah, so we both have an appreciation for the same type of music, like the electro, the break beats, the Florida breaks.
I heard a lot of break beats last night, which was very refreshing.
Yeah, I'm glad you liked it.
Yes, it was. Quite frankly, something that you don't hear a lot.
Yeah,
which is kind of odd because it was a familiar sound, but it was refreshing to hear a lot.
Right, and I think that's kind of where I was touching on the workflow for that. We have an appreciation of where that music came from,
right? And
then when we come together and put together a set, we are pulling from the same place, but we kind of automatically pull things that are different but complementary.
Now, do you share the same influences, or is there a clash sometimes, or is it just you're just on the same page?
I would say that there's, I would never use the word clash.
Right.
With what we do, there's definitely times where we are this could be different or that could be different. She stops me from playing too many edits or some cornier stuff sometimes. I think that, together, it's we pull from the same influences or time periods.
And what would that be?
I'd say the 90s rave, Florida break scene, a lot of the Orlando, Miami stuff.
Okay.
DJ Icy, DJ Icy, Baby Ann, a lot of this Miami bass, Florida break stuff. Then mixing that with Detroit electro, techno, people Ox 88.
Yeah.
Just the intersection of that, Florida and then Detroit is kind of where we pull a lot of influences. But from those influences, I think we take different tracks that just happen to be complementary.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Right.
Break beats and kind of Detroit techno.
It has the same energy almost. If you look at it, it has the same energy. A lot of BPM. Could be matched pretty well too.
And so I think in that process, is kind of pulling from those 90s tracks. There's a constant conversation between us, is this playable? Is this kind of corny? We definitely want to do a callback and make part of that classic sound present, but also show a fresh perspective without making it this is a 90s throwback.
Right. You want to keep it fresh.
Right.
So, how long you been? How long you guys been playing? How long you been DJing?
Okay, yeah. Together we've been DJing for 5 years,
5 years.
And then separately I've been DJing for now Oh wow, I haven't thought about this in a little bit. I'd say like 12 or 13 years now.
Okay.
So that's a long time. How did you get started into music? Because everyone has a backstory, you know.
Yeah.
Was it you were in concert band in middle school or high school or marching band or
That was
something?
me.
That was you.
Yeah, I started in like band in middle school
Right.
as a percussionist, and then
Keep arts in the schools, kids. Keep
Yeah.
arts in the schools. It's
Yeah.
important.
band camp is what is what changed it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was doing that for a while. Was in bands in high school. At some point in time, somebody asked me to DJ a party, and that's kind of how I just got into it. And so
it just evolved.
yeah, I went through a lot of different styles. Starting out with just like party DJing. DJ'd for like a rapper for a little while, did some like mainstream EDM stuff. In that mainstream era is kind of when I met Beth. She actually came to a show that I was doing in New Orleans. And I'd say that she started maybe 6 years ago, 5-6 years ago. And she's kind of always had a more sound that is based in that like classic and underground dance sensibility.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of ways that I learned from her and that kind of influenced my sound.
Yeah.
Well, now that you've been, you don't hear a lot about New Orleans.
Okay.
And I'm sure New Orleans doesn't hear a lot about Raleigh and Durham, and that's okay. But how would you compare the New Orleans scene, which we don't often hear a lot about, to kind of, now that you've been in North Carolina for a little bit, do you see similarities or?
Well, I'm originally from Durham.
Okay.
Went to New Orleans for a long time, for 9 years. And coming back, the city and the scene feel unrecognizable to me. Like there's a lot that's happening. There's a lot that's happening here that I also wouldn't have been aware of at the time when I left. And so I'd say that things like this, like Slingshot, is really awesome to see that it's happening here, because this is like exactly the type of thing that I'm interested in and want to be a part of.
Yeah.
In New Orleans, it feels like there is, because of the appreciation of music and nightlife, and how embedded that is in day-to-day culture, it feels like the underground DJ electronic music scene is a little bit more surface level or present in everyone's life.
Okay.
So like I'd say that even though Slingshot's happening here, maybe the electronic music scene isn't as present in people's day-to-day life.
Right.
As we're in New Orleans, like everybody's going out every weekend, whether it's like to listen to rock or blues or jazz or something, or DJs, everybody's going out all the time. We used to throw our own parties. That was kind of part of like the whole Secret Handshake thing. We would host a lot of different artists, but now we're kind of focused more on some music releases that should be coming out next year. We're just
Originals?
Yeah, definitely some originals. No release dates, but we're kind of like working on that process remotely right now.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing upcoming.
What kind of production? Like what?
All in the lane of what you heard.
Oh yeah.
Yesterday.
Good.
So in that like intersection of Florida breaks, electro, techno, club.
Did Slingshot Festival reach out to you guys? I mean, they just reached out, like everyone, or they deserve already a relationship there?
So when I got back to Durham, I was who did I want to say I met Patrick is like one of the first people that I met in the scene. I already knew Alec Lamami. And so through Patrick, I believe I met Sable. And then after becoming friends with Sable, kind of just was very interested in what they were doing with Slingshot.
Yeah.
And was I want to say I made like like a subtle slide. It was kind of like, yeah, we would be like a really good fit for this. Just here you go.
Putting it out there.
Yeah, but I want to say that's how it kind of happened. Was that I met Sable and then kind of just was like, hey, we're yeah, this would be maybe a good fit for us.
That's good. Yeah,
And then they reached out.
it's the first time, right?
Yeah, but like definitely it's been on my radar, especially because some of the bookings for the festival are like exactly what I'm listening to, and I just don't see those kind of bookings often.
Yeah.
Like I saw they had Pelagonia last year and Colobo, both like really sick artists. So I think I was just a fan and kind of reached out to them.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it happened.
Yeah. That's nice. It's organic.
Yeah, exactly,
You know?
man.
Yeah.
You're gonna reach out and say you have something to offer, and luckily it worked out. Now you probably got some extra fans and stuff like that. Now they'll check you out on the podcast and find out who Secret Handshake is and all that, and hopefully check you guys out soon. I mean, I know you've been busy a few here and there and stuff like that. I know you've been working with like some. She's been sharing the bill like last month or something like that.
Yeah.
But is that gonna be happening more?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that the thing that Lex and I did was kind of inspired by like I actually ran a music venue in New Orleans for a while, and taking some of that experience into what I would like to see happen in event spaces. I've been looking for non-conventional spaces, and Lex shared that vision to throw parties in spaces where people aren't walking in with an expectation of what's about to happen.
Wow.
And so like what we found is that by doing it in a space that's not already a venue, you're not walking in with like, oh yeah, I heard this space is this, or like I last time I was here, this is what my experience was.
You don't see any guy.
Yeah, so I think we are pending doing more of those, finding more locations that are suitable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's a little twist.
Yeah.
Right? You don't really know what, just gonna come, whoever the headline is and stuff like that. Like Matthew, Sean, he's probably gonna come down later on, but
yeah, he's sick.
Yeah, he's
sick.
And that was yesterday's performance was incredible. But,
Yeah.
I know when Lex had him over there, I didn't get to go that night, but it's the first time I've heard of him. But then I met him last week when I went to Winston-Salem to the pre-party for the Slingshot thing. And then we got to talk, and then I saw him play last night, and I was like, wow, that's what I missed already.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like before I really understood how modular synthesis worked, it definitely just seems like sorcery. Yeah, but even still, now that I even get it a little bit better, it's just like, whoa, it's mind blowing.
What are they freaking doing with all those plugs and shit?
Yeah, it's just like
Euro rack.
Like actually a sound coming out of there, he's just plugging it in and whatnot. I mean, that's just patchboard, right?
Ambient sounds, it's like it's very big actually on like a lot of streaming platforms like Sleep Sounds.
Oh yeah, I listen to that like daily.
That stuff gets a lot of plays. You'd be surprised. Yeah, so it's good stuff.
Yeah. Well, you guys are here in Durham based now, right?
I'm here. Beth is in Baltimore.
How often does she come down here?
This was her first time here.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I guess she would come back here whenever we get booked for something again.
Okay.
Yeah, so like maybe it would make sense for us to play something solo together, like as Nile Ashton and Lady Lavender, or maybe she would get booked for something here. But in general, it feels like right now we're just kind of meeting up wherever we need to be.
Yeah.
Have you ever broken into like Richmond?
Not yet.
That'd be like a good half.
Not yet.
Point.
But there's a place that I want to play there.
The Camel?
No, I don't know where that is, but there's a spot called Loso that she's played recently that I really want to play. It seems like a dope spot.
It's a dope spot for Virginia.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool.
Like it's a good halfway point
Okay.
between North Carolina and Maryland, and
Yeah.
stop right there.
Right.
Yeah.
Such great performances here this weekend, man. I'm glad that we got to be part of this, and glad to have met you guys.
Yes.
And finally got to see a name with a face with a name.
Secret Handshake.
Yeah, sorry Beth couldn't be here. Next time we're around, we'll have to do it again.
It was a great performance.
Yeah.
I loved the way you guys fed off each other. It was very captivating.
Okay, I love
Honestly.
that. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, appreciate it. like I said, I was glad to meet you guys because I've heard more about you, and Lex speaks highly of you guys. So shout out to Lex, and thanks again, man, for coming.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
And we'd love to see you again, playing and performing. Keep in touch, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because you're local. So.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm hanging out.
So we met a new friend.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right, guys. So make sure to check Nile Ashton on Instagram. You just Nile Ashton.
Yep, Nile Ashton.
Handshake.
And then Secret Handshake is secrethandshake.vip.
Yeah. There you go. So make sure to support, and we will see him on stage somewhere. All right, guys. Thank you.